Hey, peace family, what's going on? Your boy Cornez here with Too Smart to Be Broke. And what we're going to be talking about today is, that's right, how to get PG credit cards. What I went through, what I did. All right, so maybe y'all can take some of this information, flip it up, and do it yourselves. All right, so before we go anywhere, make sure to like, share, subscribe, and as always, drop down in the comments if you want to build with me, got any information for me, because I'm not the all be all. I love sharing, I love growing, and I'm a student, and I'm just moving out here in this matrix trying to figure some things out. So with that being said, a lot of y'all hit me up and said, hey man, how do you get a Chase business card? Okay, I PG'd it. Now I talk about a lot of no PGing, but if you don't know what PG is, personal guaranteeing, being a personal guarantor, is when you are actually pretty much almost co-signing for your business. Very similar to where the business gets money, it gets funding, credit card, whatever, and then if the business cannot pay it off, then you default, it comes after the individual. Okay, so that's it in layman's terms. So the first thing we're going to actually talk about here is the Chase Inc. The Chase Inc. Business Cash. All right. Boom, right? So when I did my run, my first run I did myself was with Navy Federal and Chase as far as business is concerned. I also hit Randolph Brooks Federal Credit Union on a personal level. I hit all those in like the same day. All right, so I accumulated all my increases in like the same day. All right, cool, because I wanted to move. Why did I do that? There's programs out here and services that you can actually pay for people to get you unsecured business credit cards that leverage your personal credit. All right, there are places out here that can do that. So what I said, I didn't feel like paying that fee. So for instance, say you have an average limit of $5,000 on your personal credit. What they do is pretty much try to see if they can match that on your business side. So say they get you 5 credit cards of $5,000 and it reports to the business. Now you're a personal guarantor, but you got 5, 10, 15, 20, $25,000 of capital to put towards your business. Okay, so what happens is they get you approved for $25,000 and they might charge you anywhere from 8, 10, 12% on what money you got. So let's just say they charge you $2,500 from the $25,000. Now that's going on the credit cards that you just received. If you think that's worth it, then it saves you some time, saves you a little bit of headache, and you just spend a little money if you got it like that. All right, me at the time, I did not want to do that, so I was like, let me figure out a way to build my foundation properly and get a couple of vendors. And I was like, I want to get funding, and I went out, I mapped it out, and I said, I'm gonna hit these places in one day. And that's what I did. So one of the first places I hit was Chase, right? I have a Freedom Unlimited card with them on a personal tip, but this, boom, I went in there, and always have your binder with your stuff in it, man. You're gonna work. I got my certificate of filing here with the Secretary of State, my certificate of formation or your articles of organization. I got my EIN number. I got my DUNS number. I got my bylaws here. Some people might ask for your operating agreement. Okay, so they want to see these things. Registered agent. I mean, most of the time they just want to see your EIN, your DUNS, and your maybe your operating agreement, something showing that you are authorized representative of that business. Not everybody's that deep, but I believe that Chase may or may not have asked for a couple of those things, but I always keep it with me, so it's no problem. Keep your EIN with you, keep your articles of organization or your certificate of formation with you. You should be good to go. Because some banks are not, that's all you need. Some want a little bit more, but more or less, I make a video about what to keep in your binder later. Anyway, so I went in there and they asked you some questions. As you a new business, you ain't made no money yet. What type of business do you have? How much money do you intend to make? Stuff like that. And I got approved for $3,000. Did I want more than $3,000? Yes, but where my credit was fluctuating, I had cards with higher balances, higher limits, $3,000. I had a couple like low level ones, so it kind of just fell right in pocket. That's why you want to maximize your personal credit so you can leverage that. Anyway, and then your intended amount that you're supposed to be bringing in, as what can you expect to make, but it's your first or second year in business. You don't know, you want to be honest. So anyway, that's another conversation. I got 3. All right. Place that I was hitting simultaneously or that same day, I actually hit Navy. Okay. Boom. Navy Federal. Navy, I love Navy. If you can get in with Navy, if you're military, ex-military, know somebody who's military as far as parent or a spouse or somebody you live in the same address with or something like that, grandmother, grandfather, you know, any way, shape, or form, part of that lineage, you know what I mean? Stepsons, stepdaughters, step granddaddies, whatever. You know, get in over there. They show love. So anyway, I went in there, and what I meant by no docs, yes, there was an application. Yes, they wanted to see some things, but when I say no docs, I meant no P&L statements. Okay, I meant no tax returns. Brand new business, as long as you got good credit, you do have your EIN and all that stuff aligned. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you got that foundation set up looking legit as possible. And maybe you do, maybe you don't, but if you PG in, it's not that big of a deal. But I always like to have my foundation set as best I can. The only thing about Navy is, I think they pulled my TransUnion because I'm here in Texas, but it varies. So they're going to give you 2 separate inquiries for personal and business, because I went and did both the same day. The business, you have to fill out the form. Maybe I'll try to drop a link below. The business, you have to fill out the form, and it gets sent over, whether you email it, fax, or whatever, to the business department. They have a completely separate department. You cannot walk in there the same day and get funding. Okay, they're going to set you up with an account manager, business specialist. It might take 2, 3, 4 days or however long for it to clear and get stuff situated. The personal, you can walk right in there, speak to a banker, and get in and get out, and now you have an open line of credit or credit card. Not that way. And if you are going in there, keep it light. I got approved for like 20,000. But I think if you stay under 50,000, that's when, if you go over 50, don't quote me on this. You have to do your own research. Always do your own research to confirm, because information changes. So I believe it's somewhere around 50,000. Once you go over that, they're gonna start asking for P&L statements, tax returns, all that. Stay under that. I got approved for 9,000 on the credit card, 10,000 on the line of credit with the business. You know, so boom. And once again, 680 or better, preferably, because I was probably about a 700 to 715, somewhere in there on all the bureaus. 700, 715. But if you got that 720, or you got that A1 Pedigo, that 800 or whatever, you might go in there and get 15, 20 on the card, 20 on the credit line. All right, it just all depends on you. That's why I say try to fix your personal credit before you start moving. So that we covered Chase. That's the one I got. Hopefully I made it simple for y'all. Get your EIN, your articles of organization, your DUNS number, have all the information in the binder so you look professional when you walk in there. Same thing with Navy. Only thing with Navy, I hit personal and business at the same time. But with business, you might as well, you know, you got to have an account with them. You know, you might as well call the business department, fill out the form, email it to them, fax them. They're gonna do the same thing. All right. So you can't go in there and get this approved the same day. At least not when I was doing it. All right. So honorable mentions. Right, we talked about Sam's Club in my other video. You know, here's the Sam's Club card right here. Boom. So that's for, you can use the Sam's Club at Walmart. All right, 12,500. This is the MasterCard, used anywhere that MasterCards are accepted for business purposes. 12,500. Make sure when you fill out the form for Sam's Club, don't do Sam's Club online. All right, Chase you can do online. Navy you can probably do online. I mean, if you're gonna be PG in anyway. But if you do not want to PG, don't do Sam's Club online. Go into the store and leave the personal guarantee section blank, or don't check it. You know, if you want to go that route. Okay. Something I also PG was also in April. I got an American Express Blue Cash card. All right, and you can get. You know, I got 10 bands. Keep in mind, my personal credit score is anywhere between, like I say, 680, 690 to 710, 715. Just varies. All right, kind of in that pocket. So I don't have the best credit, and I'm still able to get access to funding. But if I, took the time to fix things up a little bit better myself, then I probably get a little more funding. All right. But so just to give you an idea why I'm at, you know what I mean? Like I said, man, ain't no Google, I ain't perfect, but I just want to start taking the steps to move forward, and hopefully some of this information can help y'all out. All right. Something else to be mindful from. This is just a nugget. This is a personal card I just received. Is a AA Advantage Red. They got a little thing going on where you can actually get about 60,000 what's called 60,000 points towards American Airlines, and that's about 2 flights. No, it's about 4 flights, because it's about 2 round trip flights, because you can get a round trip flight with your points by 25,000. So I'm gonna have about 65,000 for the extra little 5,000 I'm gonna get on here. But you get about 65,000. What you got to do is go on there and apply, and if you are approved, there's a $99 annual fee. But you gotta buy something and the $99 annual fee. Buy you a stick of gum, pay it off. Now you got 65,000 points. Also, they got 15% interest. No, 15 months, 0% interest. All right, on balance transfers. A balance transfer is when you essentially, you can take money, when you kind of consolidate debt, you can take, say you got a credit card with a 30% interest rate, you move it over to this one, now 0% interest rate. Now you can pay that bad boy off in 15 months and you didn't stop that interest. Or you can use a balance transfer check to pull money off of it. How do you do that? Some of them give them checks and you give them the account number and you give them your bank account number. That money goes into the bank. Now you got funding and you got money that you pay no interest on for 15 months. So you might be able to go purchase some real estate with that money or something like that, or use that in product instead of trying to do cash advances and move around PayPals and all this stuff. That's a nugget for you wondering how you pull money off cards. That is one way. So you might want to check into something like that. So if you see business credit cards with 12 to 15%, 12 to 15 months, 0% interest on balance transfers, that's a key to moving that money off of there and doing something with it. So I hope that helps somebody. Remember, you're too smart to be broke. Like, share, subscribe, and get at me in the comments. Peace.